I'm back over there. Literally, I was talking about them messing with our live for talking about what we talked about. Start playing the video, and now they playing with our live. Do y'all think God be telling us? Huh? And it was the U.S. that struck that. Hmm. Rika. Every single time, babes. Egypt wasn't even in the discussion. Remember? They was like neutral. Okay? Remember? They was neutral. Egypt, you ain't been hearing nothing about it. We read that or studied that or looked into it. I can't remember which. And now Egypt then been struck by U.S. drones. They just entered the chats. And we just talked about it less than 2 weeks ago. What y'all think? Hmm. Hey, sister. What y'all think? Hey, Pumpkin. It's always Dad be telling them. Like always, Dad be telling. And do. And do. Every single time. We literally just talked. And I said, well, maybe um that's what she said. I didn't say that. I was just reading her comment. I didn't say that. Kel said that. That's what she feels. She feel like she doomed. Listen, I didn't. That wasn't saying I'm doomed either. I just asked, how do they feel? How do y'all feel around this? You said we knew it was gonna happen. Listen, right. Excuse me. I'm just saying, right? It has not been one thing. Cause now everybody freaking out about water. Hmm.
Overnight, a brief pause in fighting, up in flames, and a pattern of back and forth strikes reignited. The Iranian military said it destroyed 3 American F-35s at an airbase in Jordan, though the U.S. military denied that. Jordan said it intercepted.
Huh. Take pictures. So we talk about Egypt, and now it's over there in Egypt. The war was not in Egypt. I cannot remember what we read. I'm thinking it was in one of our apocryphas. And it was talking about Egypt being destroyed or burnt up or something was going to go on with that. And what did it create? Fires. They hit 2 oil tankers. You can't put out an oil fire. You just like, wait. Girl. Are you hearing me? We just talked about it. And Egypt was nowhere in the discussion about drones and all of that. It was the apocalypse of Elijah. I don't know, baby. Miss Garcia. Ain't that crazy, Nisi Pudo? Baby, if God don't be telling her... Hello? I saw that. I said, wait a minute. You said, and somebody said something about Memphis. Interesting. Interesting. Raise your hand if you like not having to wait till the news tell you. And have a stiff thumb when you do. Like this. Make your, when your hands real stiff, it's kind of curved. If you like God telling you before the news tell you, just raise your hand like this with a stiff hand like that. Oh, okay. Because, baby, I sure do. And now y'all see that it ain't no random stuff. It don't never just be random. And you was like, Nari is close to... Did say it, Pumpkin. We literally looked at a map to see where Nairi was from Egypt. We sure did. High five. And looky. And look, what has it been? 2 weeks? It ain't been more than 2 weeks, I don't think. Since because I've been gone these 4 days or whatever. It ain't been more than two. I'll give it 3 weeks that we had that conversation. And I think that's why they start messing with our life. Because y'all know they don't just come up with that overnight. That's a strategic plan. I was just watching the class this morning. It's been days. The class was shambled. Girl, I'm about to bite your fat meat under here. Did you hear that? It was the shambles class. She said it's been days. I was just watching it this morning. 8 days. Thank you for showing us the light in the books. Thank you, Dad, for showing us the light of study, because it really is lighting our future. Huh? 8 days ago we talked about it, and then 8 days later it happens. Rika, you said come through with the exact class, this part. I'll be weird for the rest of my life if I keep having stuff like that happen. Hello. Guess what else? Y'all want some more? Because it's some more stuff I want to. Just give me a minute. Un moment. Un momento, please. Uno momento. Give me a second. I want to see if y'all can hear something. I think it's important. I think you all will, are your listening ears on? Hopefully they are. Your listening ears on? I can't see because I don't got my glasses on. Your listening ears is on. Put an ear up if you're listening. Okay, just an ear. It don't gotta be two, just one. And we only need you to listen to one, the good one. You ain't even gotta ask it. This voices. I just be wanting to know. I don't want to be infringing on nobody or forcing nobody to hear something they don't want to hear, sister. That's all. Okay. Once this video plays, and I'm going to show the video, just say yes or no. Okay? Once I start playing this video, I'm going to show y'all. Just say yes or no. Okay? You said I had the ears up before you said it. You already knew. Okay, here we go.
The U.S. government just banned Chinese power inverters. These, and they're also banning autonomous robots, which does include the U.S. government just banned Chinese power inverters. These.
Do you have one of those?
Autonomous robots, which does include Roomba vacuums. Now they're using national security as the excuse to ban these devices right here that literally you would take camping with you. But also they're banning whole home power systems. The power systems that I use here on the mountain to be completely off-grid and disconnected. And again, they're using national security as the excuse. Now they're claiming that China will be able to remotely shut off our power or disconnect people like me from power here in the middle of nowhere on top of a mountain. It's really not a national security risk. But the point is that my systems aren't even connected to Wi-Fi or even Bluetooth if I reach up and turn it off. But that's really just an excuse. The ultimate target is your independence. And I'll explain why. Now, back in early 2025.
Yes. 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 Any more yeses? Yes. 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 Ain't that crazy? Is it? Let me see if this charged, because I need a real microphone today.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Hopefully it ain't no Bluetooth on. Hello, WOIUers. This is your Dean from 20 and 22. How are you all this evening? Have you noticed that a lot of the stuff that God has or has had us buy is now scarce, or they're outlawing it? You won't be able to get it. It won't be coming over on no boat. Oh, okay. Did he tell us to buy it before you came? Not just because it's too expensive. It might not be there to buy. Y'all hear me? You mean like banning the solar panel chargers we got? The very ones we bought. Okay. So if you never believed anything I said about you not going to be able to have no electricity if you don't take the mark, if that don't prove it to you, I don't know what will. Huh? You said that was one of the first things I... Hey, Pumpkin. Oh, okay. My son said, Mom, they stopped it. I said, boy, don't you know that's a stall tactic? They supposedly stopped all the stuff that this government said they're going to do. And then quietly, while they're telling us to look over here, they're passing it. So they have to do that. So they think, oh, yes, they can't do that. And then they go and they're saying, oh, the Nari people is coming over here messing with us. And while we looking over here, they over here like, just go ahead and pass that. And then you look up and it's 2 weeks and they say, oh, it passed on July 15th in a secret meeting for the Senate. And they had to give it to him because... Right. Ain't that crazy? They not even waiting. Let me go get my lip gloss. Hold on, y'all. They not even waiting. They are not even waiting. I said, that's interesting. Betty. Crazy, right? You said, yes, and I just found out the other day one of my small ones don't work. It charges, but when the power went out, it didn't work. Interesting. Listen, so that's good that you, just like they did with the red heifers. Come on. We only been in here for 13 minutes. You haven't missed much. You're fine. Okay, so let me find this other one. So are we 2 for 2 so far? You said, also, I heard of a lot of schools closing and many teachers are leaving. Really? I saw someone else. Did you tag me in that? I think somewhere in like Texas or something else, a whole bunch of teachers quit and they having to close schools because the teachers ain't coming back. Just reposted a video of Aaron P. saying they closed it. They closed his bank account for laundering or fraud or something like that. His? Louisiana is one of them. Okay, I know I saw. You said had to try something different because tariffs didn't work. Come on. In Oregon? Okay, so Oregon. Donald Trump closed his account? 2 for 2, TT. Okay. Wow. Did we talk about them turning your money off if you don't do what they say? Or if you go against whatever it is that they want? Okay. It's happening to other people as well. All right, so we about 3 for 3 so far. Let's keep going. There's another video I want to show y'all. Oh, here we go. Just type yes. If it's yes, it's yes. If it's no, it's no. Y'all know what I mean.
Those who hate Israel hate America, and those who hate America hate Israel.
They're gonna shut down social media. He sat down with ABC yesterday and she told him that American support for Israel is plummeting. And she asked, what do you think it is? Is it your messaging, your image, or your policy? And you're not gonna believe his answer.
32% of Americans look at your government favorably. That's a 15-point drop in just the last 4 years. When you think of it like that, do you think that Israel has a messaging problem, an image problem, or a policy problem?
I think there's been a change because of the proliferation of social media and the fact that sovereign countries have manipulated with bot farms and other things. And we can see a direct relationship between the proliferation of the social media and the decline in support for Israel. Now, I'm not telling you that the war in Gaza and the way that it was misrepresented here and the lies that were put forward, that didn't influence this. It did, unfortunately. But I am saying that there is those who hate Israel hate America, and those who hate America hate Israel. And I think that it's a larger issue that is being a larger battle that is being waged here for the soul, the heart and soul of young Americans. I think that.
Why are you worried about what young Americans are doing? Your country is Israel, remember? What we saying on our social media don't have nothing to do with y'all. Did we talk about them shutting down social media, especially if you're not agreeing? That's why they wanted everybody to have to put their ID online in order for them to go live and stuff, because they need to know exactly who you are. He said his arrogance blows me, like you ain't even who you say you are. Kick rocks, that part. Isabel. Ain't that wild? So are we 3 for 3? Or 4 for 4? I think that's 4 for 4, right? He said, yep, my husband bank just sent out new cards, but you cannot see the transactions in your account. I told him that's very strange or strategic for a reason. They doing it for a reason. Interesting. You can't see, you can't, so then that's 5 for 5, ain't it? Is that 5 for 5? She said, my husband just, bank just sent out new cards. You can't see the transactions in your account. I told him that's very strange. Is that 5 for 5? That's 5 for 5. Since the email I sent you, I came across an abbreviation that shows this place is backing out. That abbreviation and a part of it has to do with social media. Blew my mind. Okay, I have to look at it, sister. Oh, okay. Y'all want to keep going? Do y'all? You said I told him I wasn't going to comply to what they wanted, and they ended up turning my account off. Interesting. Who remembers us talking about spend it while you can, get it while you can, because in a minute, they're going to turn your money off. They're going to turn this internet off, or it might not be there to buy. It's literally happening. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to another, shall we? Did we? Colorado River, Mississippi River, rivers in Oklahoma, rivers in Ohio, rivers in Alabama, rivers in you name it. The rivers and lakes are slowly drying up right in front of our eyes. Oh. Easier way to burn some stuff up, you think? Got another question. Did we see something about this? Ready? I'm about to show you. Wildfires burn near Athens as Greece battles blazes. Did we talk about Greece being on fire? And that area burning? And being destroyed? We talked about that. We talked about that area of the UK. I mean, not the UK, but Europe being destroyed. Greece and all of that, Italy and all of that. We Crete and Cyprus. Oh, okay. And now it's burning. Hello. I think some of that is in the sibling oracles. From when we first, you said at this point, what didn't we talk about? Oh, just wait, Nisi Boo. Just wait. Listen, because there's more. You said, I just found out there's a DTA center. Oh, okay. 6 minutes from me, but on top of the underground river that is our town's sole water source. Interesting. I said, well, that's interesting because we talked about Europe burning. And we talked about that in the beginning. I got you. It is in the sibling oracles. I'm grateful that you're here. Because sometimes I don't know where I read it. No, it was 8 days ago. The class is called Shambles. And yes, it is in the sibling oracle. Ain't that crazy? Then y'all wonder why I don't have no friends. That's why I don't got no friends. Because people just, you spoke this into existence. Or maybe it was a warning. Maybe it was a warning. Can we go to the next one? I think somebody tagged me in this one. You ready? Here we go.
Yes, this is real. CEO of an AI company promised a job interview to anyone who got a tattoo of their logo. Company in question, Lemon Lime, is an AI startup that promises to automate your team's busy work in a single click, which makes this photo incredibly ironic, as AI automation is the reason so many people are desperate enough for a job that they will literally alter their body forever. According to Goldman Sachs, AI is responsible for eliminating 16,000 jobs a month, jobs that were mostly held by Gen Z. The tech industry has cut over 140,000 jobs this year, citing AI as the #1 cause. Oracle alone cut 21,000 jobs due to AI, and Meta slashed 8,000, which is 10% of their workforce. All of this is happening while rent is sky high and groceries are 33% more expensive than they were 7 years ago, causing people to buy less food. So it's no wonder that nearly half of all adults under 30 are having to live with their parents. The CEO of Lemon Lime has since apologized for the stunt, saying he messed up. According to him, only 7 people took up the tattoo offer, and none of them got a tattoo of the company logo. The person depicted in the viral photo didn't get a tattoo of the logo either. Yes, this is real.
Y'all think they lying or they made them put makeup over it? Okay. Shall we keep going? We shall. I said that's interesting.
Data centers are going to... So what have I been saying this entire time? Data centers are going to kill us all. Guess what's happening in my state of Indiana? They're building of a data center. Ahead of a severe thunderstorm. It's being described as cartoonishly evil, which, in my opinion, is an understatement. This is fucking murderous. Like, are they really saying that it's more important to have data centers than having adequate warnings ahead of a severe thunderstorm, making sure that people can get to safety?
They cut the power in neighborhoods to keep the data centers going ahead of a thunderstorm. So people was, and it's hot, people was just in their crib. They just thinking it's a tornado warning. The whole time, they just cut people's power off because they didn't want the data center to lose power during the storm. Did you hear what I said? It wasn't really a power outage. But they didn't want the data center. So the city decided we'll cut the power to real people that might have babies, that might have old people, that might have people with respirators, because the data center needed the electricity. In Indianapolis. Oh, okay. My town is fighting over a data center going in right now. It's awful. Straight up wicked. You said they want to catch you off guard. Unprecedented. Interesting. Ain't this crazy? It's so crazy. There's more. Let's keep going. I said, well, now I know why they kept getting rid of all of our classes. Interesting. There's one more. Oh, I know y'all seen this one too. Are you ready? Wait, let me get something first. All right. Where are you? Now, either I'm going crazy or I'm going crazy. Hold on. Maybe I'm just not going far enough back is the deal. So let's go back here and let's see. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Tell me what you see here. What do you see? What is this? A centaur. Can you tell me what this is?
Tennis. It's a superhumanoid general purpose robot and it has 3 halves with no hands. But look, y'all gotta look at some of the pictures that they got on the website. No job is worth your limbs. Look at it holding a chainsaw. It look like it can move fast. Bro, let's just say it's like 40 of these, right? This is not what iRobot, we didn't see this on iRobot, did we? What is that thing, bro? Shutter chassis. This is it from the side. Look at it from the side right here. So that thing look tall. Look. It's doing the No, bro. We finna get snaked by a robot, bro. We finna get snaked by robots. This is the pic that I'm get snaked by robots. This is the pic that I'm like, okay, bro, they're obviously trolling. This robot is more dangerous than it looks. This is a picture from the website, bro. Look at the picture. What if you seen that? What if you seen like 10 of them? You can't even bump one. Even let's just say you bump one down, bam, 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 and you start bumping the next one. You still gonna get overran. And then something like this is nothing to attach some transformer machine weaponry on this bit. Like, bro, we really like not as. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
People are not ready. They are not. You said they're trying to duplicate so you think everything is man-made and it ain't. Or the old spirits of those beings are just going to inhabit and they want their body to look like it did when they were alive. Hello. Doesn't that make sense? If this is an AI robot, and we know what AI is, it makes sense because we know that there were centaurs. Huh? And we know that they were bigger than normal humans, stronger than normal humans. They're making vessels for demons. Oh, no, new indestructible bodies. Uh-oh. Wondering why I just watched Nefarious again. What? Oh, because they, oh, oh, oh. Wait one moment, please. Did y'all see this?
Hey guys, today I'm trying the viral Hailey Bieber jean.
Y'all see her eyes?
Hey guys.
You the one that shared it, Isabel. You right. Thank you. Do you see her? I said, so we all got demon face syndrome. And baby, when she talking, she look just like Supernatural. Look.
Guys, today I'm trying the viral Hailey Bieber jean. T. Let me know what you guys think I should try next. Hey guys.
You can't find me on TikTok? Did we talk about it? That's my name on there. Did we talk about it? Girl. Huh? She was too ecstatic, honey, to be in some regular clothes. Yes, had to have a body. I ain't never seen no eyeballs like that, and I done seen people with big eyes. You said, well, I do believe I saw that face at an appointment. Interesting. What y'all think? There's no white nowhere, no different. Like she just got here. Come on. I said, oh, that's interesting. She's all pupil and no color in her eyes. Oh, okay. Ain't that how they said the aliens' eyes look black? And you really can't see no white. They got huge pupils and stuff like that, or their eyes is all black. You said you can tell the different phases from her profile. Oh, okay. What you think? I said,
my content was stolen. Let's roll the clips.
Hold on. I said, well, that's interesting because they came out, in 2024 with Demon Face? I said, girl, me too. I said, oh, no. We're not doing that. Nope. It's one other thing I want to show you all. Let's see. If they didn't take it down. I said, well. Give me 1 second. Y'all ready?
The internet is so polluted with AI slop that tech labs are now literally shredding rare physical books just to feed their chatbots. Because the web is flooded with low-quality AI-generated garbage, these companies are desperate for pure human-written text published before 2022. So they're buying out
Published before what year? I seen it. I seen a couple videos of her. She was grounding the other day. She was looking kind of weird. She didn't want to tell people. In 2022, they want all the books published before 2022. Interesting. Okay.
I created an audiobook for my AI companies are buying rare books and destroying them. They're gathering out-of-print books to scan them to train their models, and then shredding the originals. Some of these books are reportedly the last copies left anywhere in the world. Now, most modern books are under copyright, meaning AI companies can't legally scrape or reproduce their contents without permission. But older, out-of-print and rare books either have expired copyrights or are obscure enough that enforcement is nearly impossible. AI companies figured out that by physically buying these books and destroying them while scanning, a judge could rule it transformative use and therefore protected by fair use. An AI company settled a lawsuit over this practice for $1.5 billion. So the legal fight is still far from over. One company now facilitates bulk orders for up to 1 million books at a time for anonymous AI buyers. AI-generated content has already polluted so much of the internet that pre-2022 physical books are now considered structurally clean training data. So the more AI floods the world with generated content, the more valuable and endangered genuine human writing becomes, and the more aggressively these companies will consume it. What gets lost in this destruction is surviving histories, languages, and perspectives that exist nowhere else. And now a handful of companies are quietly deciding what human knowledge gets preserved and what gets destroyed. AI companies.
Two thrift stores in my area say they now sell all their books to one lady. They don't have books on the shelf. Interesting. I almost cussed because you said they finding loopholes. Oh, okay. What you think? Did we? Did we talk about it? Huh? We did. We did. That's why we started doing this. And so funny, just the number 22 of all the days of all the years. Why they didn't say 1995? Why they didn't say 2000? You mean the year that we started buying books and the world really started buying books again? I don't care what nobody say, I'm keeping it. Because folks was doing ebooks. Not that people wasn't buying a lot of physical books, but it exploded in 22. I wonder why. Huh? Oh. Yes, ma'am. Dang, I'm glad that directed my path. Sister. I told you, I said, God got us buying all these books for a reason. And in a minute, people going to be sad they didn't. Now you know why. I told y'all. You said, never liked books. I'm old school. Oh, ebooks. You said, I was just wondering why you put 22 behind CERCA. 22 is spiritual light. Seeking you should find. Spiritual light is what this name means. And hopefully people did buy more books for your children. I'm trying to tell you. You said you said yes long before you told before they're gone. And before he decided to eliminate all the other books. Think about how many people was talking crazy to us about buying all these books. And look. Old books. I encourage folks to buy as old a book, like the oldest books you can, because it's important. That's where the real information is. You said like all the library burnings in the past. Like Alexandria and all the bookstores and not stores, all the places in Africa that they burned, and Iran and all of those places. Ain't that interesting? You said my family, I'm still on a book budget. Hilarious. But now do you see why God had us go get them? Because if they're going to cut the internet and social media, if they're going to cut the streaming services, what will you have to not drive your mind crazy? This is why I begged y'all to go and buy a lot of books. You said Game of Thrones scroll burn up. Come on. A lot of books about different countries and picture books as well, not just words. picture books. So when we can't go outside, we can look at beautiful places across the world, show our kids what the world used to look like before it was being destroyed, what the oceans used to look like before they were being destroyed, the mountains and all of the different countries, because they're being destroyed either by fire, by water, or war. You said the older the book, the more accurate the information. Come on, you said right. You said if you can't get the book, get it on a hard drive. Come on, download it, find a way to get it. Some kind. Look at. Do you see? Because they want to be able to change the narrative. I thought about something today. Me and my son, we were looking at something. How many of y'all bought the Odyssey? Or the Odyssey and the Iliad and the Odyssey. How many of y'all bought that book? You did. I got from science, history, meds, even sign language. Come on. And do. And what movie they just remade? Huh. My mother gave me a copy when I was a girl. The Odyssey. It's a couple books that we, you know what I mean, was talking about over here that, you know, like we talked about He-Man and they made another one. He-Man and She-Ra. It's a couple different things that we was talking about over here and everybody's like, you guys are weird. That's like cartoons. And now they making whole movies again. Hello. Redoing it all. Wonder why. Okay. Could it possibly be because we're getting ready to see Cyclopses and the beings that were in that movie that they said are just mythology? Because if so, that lines up with God saying all of these creatures and things that have been hidden in the earth that is going to scare the hell literally out of people. Could they be softening us up to what's getting ready, the word of God, basically, that what God said was true? Is that, no, these beings lived. They did. And he's had them trapped in the earth for however long. Some of them escape every once in a while. But now we're starting to see centaurs and people saying, oh, it's AI. Do you know that for real? All these mermaid sightings and dog men and all of these things just so happen that we've heard about that were supposed to be in spooky, scary tales. People are now seeing them. They got the scratch marks on their trucks and stuff to prove it. Bigfoot. Would that line up with what the word said? The giants that we've been seeing on mountains and in mountains? When he said they made their homes in the rocks, the mountain builders? And Pegasus, come on, and dinosaurs. Dinosaurs and dragons. Hello. We read a story in what is it? Oh, 1,000 Nights about a flying horse and a prince, didn't we? And the flying horse video that they had about the Pegasus was over in that area, was it not? That's one of the first stories we read out of 1,000 Nights. Was about the member. But they said it was a wind-up horse. And remember the princess? He flew her over the city and all. Remember? Interesting. And now so-called there's AI versions of this. Game of Thrones. Dragons. A new Jurassic Park, and we've been seeing dinosaurs in British Columbia and other places. Hello. My husband watches all the Sasquatch shows, and I said, what they gonna do if one be right in their face with their silly self? It was a black guy talking about it. when he was hunting. He down in Mississippi or Alabama, one of them places. You said, did you see the videos of the real gnomes in someone's backyard in Mexico and other places? I don't know exactly where they were, but yes, I saw that one running and he had them 3 feet and he only had 3 fingers. Ran right up to him and it was a black lady. Like, what the is that? And they was like, I don't know. They was like, what the F is that? And it turned around and took off. So when kids be saying they seen something, y'all believe them now. Here in Mississippi, folk we think we lying. I know. Listen. Do you still think it was crazy to study these creatures? In Louisiana too? To study demons and how they manifest and what they look like and their names. So when your kid come in saying it's such and such, they're my friend, and you don't even know that they talking about a whole evil spirit or the spirit of one of these centaurs or a giant or whatever else that had changed its appearance. It was preparation. Come on. Everything, Shinami. It's just so crazy how it's not, I use crazy not in a bad way, okay? Because God did not have to tell us, pay attention in Egypt, pay attention to Nari, pay attention. Now they talking about Mesopotamia and all of this stuff. The Mediterranean is what they're calling it. The Mediterranean is this. Most of our studies have been about the Mediterranean. Have they not? 99%, no. 85 to 90% has been about ancient Mesopotamia or the Mediterranean as they call it right now. It's mind-blowing, like God really do warn your people. Yeah, he do. He really do warn us. And it be so random at the time, Nisi Poo. You be like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but let me write it down. Let me study. Let me make a record of what and this and that and this and that. Okay? This is why when I got on here, I used to tell people, I said, listen, I know I am not the average person that you expect to hear these things come out of their mouth, because sometimes I be cussing people and sometimes I be acting crazy. But I guarantee you this, don't look at me. I need you to hear what I am saying to you, and I need you to take note of it. Okay? I know it sounds crazy, but how many of you thought we would see a centaur robot in 2026 with the horns? Okay? Like the devil, like a ram. And it's black. You can't tell me you wouldn't be scared if at night you heard something, you taking a walk and that's running up on you, and you know they're gonna make it have like red eyes or something. It's not gonna be a natural color. And there is a spirit that has been wanting to have a body to physically unalive things and not just whisper in their ear to make them do what they're saying. They have bloodlust. Okay? He's not going to leave his bride clueless. Thank you, Dad. You said, not just me, all of us, all the dreams y'all be having and the information God be sending here, never ever thought it would be seen in my lifetime. Come on. You said, and when you would say, my daddy don't lie to me, and we started seeing things, it was, you said it was I believe for me, sister. And they be so random. The fact that we talked about Egypt and it being on fire, and I was like, well, maybe because it's just so close to Iran. Do y'all remember? I was like, or maybe back in the day, this part of Egypt could have been owned by the Palestinians, because they did that whole conquering thing, conquering the Arabs, conquering the Egyptians, and then it becomes, like a Palestinian province. We just talked about this. But it was Egypt. But it's the space between Nari and Egypt. The water part right here. Hello. 8 days ago. But I guess that happened yesterday. Or in the last couple days. So God told us 5 or 6 days ahead of time what to be looking for, even with the military. You said the fact that you told us about Ra before it kicked off. Listen. Ain't, But yeah. We also talked about is you know, we talked about them not being the real people and them trying to destroy everything, and they're going to be the people that welcome in this new world leader and force people and cause all kinds of things. And looky, I believe they're the people that are setting the wildfires. Because remember now, what was it, last year? People was pouring into Italy from that place when the stuff started hitting over there. Remember, they started fleeing to different places in Europe. Remember, Cyprus and all of these different places. Remember now, they was flowing in to all of these, the Philippines, all over. Remember when they was leaving over there in that area, they literally started to go up in different countries. Remember, some of the French and different people, they didn't want them over there. Y'all remember? And now look at all of the things that are happening in those places where they fled to. It's a lot of wildfires just starting up all over the place. But if we remember, there was a migration of the blue and white people to a lot of different countries. They're even, like I said, in the Philippines and places like that, buying up land and trying to put people out of their land in places like the Philippines and stuff like that. You said if my grandma was alive to see some of these things she taught us come true. Come on. It's a real thing. My mama is alive, and I still don't think she is registering what's happening. I don't. Hello. Every time they say central casting, I think that, here we go. They over here trying to fool us again. Listen. This is my thing. We can't stop what's happening, but I would at least... Okay. How many people did y'all tell to go get those solar generators? Probably can't even count. Right? That part, my mama too. But she still ain't listening though. She the one kicked off all this end time study for me when I was a kid. Okay. Okay. Y'all told a lot. Y'all realize here shortly they might not be able to get them? You said you told a lot and one person listened? Interesting. Are you getting this? They saw people starting to prepare. They started seeing that people were saying our grid is something funny with it. People started buying stuff like this. And now they're saying it's illegal to have things like this because they don't want you to be self-sufficient. They don't want you to not have to take the mark in order to buy power. Because that's getting ready to be a level of control. We can turn your power off. Think about what they did to the people of Gaza. They cut the power, they cut the water. Okay? And then they started assassinating people. Either jail or assassination. Hello. Hey. Hey, Sarah. You said as soon as you tell them, they think you crazy, but then when it happens, they say they coming over to your house, and I told them no. That. So we like 20 for 20 in just this class. Okay? We're literally like 20 for 20 or something. I don't even know how many numbers. You said I watched Cinderella Man last night. You said never ever wanted to watch it before, and boom, they are dead in the center of the Great Depression. I know. Cinderella Man. I don't know about that movie, but crazy. Is it called Cinderella Man? Everything pops up off the page. Sarah and do. He said most of my family members have a generator just because, or where they live. Not anything to do with being believers. Got it. He said I was locked in. Like dang, they were really struggling and stuff. Was mad cheap back then. Come on, come on. I'm gonna have to watch it. That part, Phaedra. You said yes, Auntie. It's about a real boxer. It's on Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at it. Okay. Listen. They talking about the gas now too. About how they lied to the American people and said, "Oh, it's not gonna really affect our gas none." And then now they saying that the barrels is so expensive, this, that, and the other, and we supposed to be getting this, and they didn't hit something else that uh, sends out 8 million. I think it's Russia. Ukraine hit something in Russia, their oil, whatever, and they send out like 8 million barrels or something a day, and now they won't be doing that. I said, oh, that's interesting. I was told I could move in with family member and bring all my stuff so we can share. You said, since I'm in this current situation, you said I respectfully decline. Have they been stocking? Did y'all hear that? You said a lot of elderly people, my hubby, have talked, your hubby has talked to when he is done plumbing. They are talking about how it reminds them of the Great Depression. Ain't that crazy, Isabel? You said if you're stupid, they lied to you. Because those of us who have brains knew what was up. Come on. You said yes. Gas prices are climbing again. I saw somewhere over in Europe it was $8.18 a gallon. Interesting. You said no, they've been cruising. Ain't it crazy how they always want to share when you did the work? Is it? Is it crazy how they always want to share? Oh, okay. You need to share with me. Even though I thought you were crazy and I didn't want to do it and I spent my money on what I wanted to spend my money on. We're family, we should stick together. And you need to let me use all of your survival stuff because I don't have any. Oh, okay. I didn't believe you until I saw it on the news. Mm. You said I took my tools infused and I have 2.5 years of supply. Come on. Come on. Baby, my family still ain't listening. That don't have nothing to do with me. I'll be right back because I want to talk to y'all about something else. And mind you, I have not. Okay. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this before I get too far into this. I have not read this whole thing. I have not got the gist of all of it. I just want to talk to y'all about it. Okay? He said, yep, real crazy. Just like they called me crazy about this whole jab stuff. I wasn't invited to nothing. And that was cool with me. And now everybody that got it is sick. And they also said you're a hoarder. I'd rather be a hoarder with everything I need than looking at beautiful cabinets and stuff that don't got nothing in them. And even if it is something in there, I can't use it. Very interesting. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so again, I need my light. That part. Girl, we are all, listen, yes ma'am, I understand 100%. There's a lot happening right now. A lot. Uh-oh. What I miss? You said, yep, just use some chicken stock. I canned it 23 and it was good. I know that's right. You said, yep, real crazy. Just like they called me crazy about this. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Okay. Listen, come on in. Who about to be hungry? Who? Who? God told us the food wasn't gonna be no good. I saw a video of a chick on TikTok. She said eating what's safe. Did y'all see her? And she was fake mixing up stuff, fake chopping up. It was air. She said, "I'm eating what's good. What food is left that's good." Come on. I'll be making some tomato paste in a few days. The harvest was lovely this year. Pretty cool. You gonna make some powder too? You said, I'm so thankful for everything I've learned here. Me too. Me too, Sarah. And now you see why I said the inclusion is better than the exclusion. Think about how many people have said, oh, it can only be this way. And they didn't learn much in this last 4 years. And if they did, it's not stuff that's going to be valuable. You said you saw a girl making mukbang food out of paper too. I seen her, the little black girl. I ain't gonna say little black girl, the black young lady. She's a little girl to me. She probably my kid's age, but you said, not me, my box of dehydrated goods came in. You said, and garden is flourishing. Can't be more grateful. You said, yes, I'm dehydrating the skins. Pretty cool. See? And folks don't want to be a part of our community because we weird. I'd rather be this kind of weird than the rest of it. And it's funny now because people are starting to say, people need to wake up. They need to wake up. They're not waking up. People need to wake up. They really don't even understand what time we in. They really don't understand what's happening. They really don't understand the magnitude of what's coming our way in 2027. I said, ooh. You said, I'm at the end of processing 4 bushels of tomatoes, pasta sauce, juice, whole and diced tomatoes, tomato powder, and made out of skins. Come on. I seen Twin Garden look amazing. Come on now. Come on. And just think, we could have been preoccupied with the drama. Huh? Right? I want to show y'all one other video, and this don't have nothing to do with the end of the world, but it does have to do with me telling y'all that a specific people was in our business. Hold on. I said, that's interesting. And folks was like, you're doing a little much. I said, well, let's see. Oh. Did y'all see this? Some of y'all did because y'all reposted it. Huh? Y'all saw that? Y'all, I just went through all my survival food and I got like 3 or 4 or 5 gallon bags of rices and different types of beans and rolled oats and started dehydrating meats. Who's gonna be hangry? That part. That part. He said, and I don't think people know the definition of awake. These folks are under the great delusion, in my opinion. Of course. Of course. Of course they are. Of course. Because they, listen, when we was talking about it not being a lot of water or water not being good, and y'all was telling people to buy water straws and water purification tablets and all of that stuff, they laughed. I know they did because my family laughed at me. My friends laughed, girl, I'm going to get it. Okay. I was calling people all the time. Did you get your stuff? I'm going to get it, girl. It's still in my car. I said, well, being in your car ain't going to help. If something happened, it's going to be too late. And you ain't going to be able to get it. Okay? I just told my hubby that we need to go through and check our stuff. Come on. Come on, because we've been doing this for a minute. We did all kind of stuff. Just think about the stuff, like you said, Sarah, in 23. You doing and chicken and all of this. I did see that, Phaedra, about the cars. But they already. Didn't I tell y'all my daughter had that, what's the name, on her car and I didn't like it, and then I turned around and bought this car and it got that bird's eye view on it, and I don't like that. Because how are you showing me the exact color car and everything that's on the side of me, but in a digital version? How are you doing that? In that bird's eye view thing? How are you doing this? Auntie, you better than me. You said I'm only telling you one time. Maybe I'll remind you, but that's it. Yeah, it's kind of my job, Pumpkin. I don't have a choice. My godmother just said today, baby, that's why the devil fights you like he does. I said, yeah, you're right. If I don't, I could like go to hell. As a watchman, you don't have no choice. I mean, you don't gotta say nothing, but how will your life be if you don't? He said my family and friends are secretly listening because they are buying stuff, and I'm like, yep, following along. Y'all gonna listen one way or another. I don't got no choice. Think about how many times I had to repeat, get your stuff right now. The water's gonna go bad. The food's just in the first year. And y'all see, we went over there on Tickety Talk and people was like, where's your list? Do you still have your list? Do you still have the video with telling us what to get? Oh, so you used to be here. Because the only way that you know that I have a list or that you know that I have a video is because sometime between 22 and the end of 24, 25, you saw, okay. You said check my, go back yesterday and found one of the flashlights needed a battery, installed it immediately. Okay. Do you still have a list? When did you leave? So you might have been one of the people that rolled your eyes and was like, yeah, she cool and I like all the Bible stuff, but that other stuff is too much. Or I just can't see that happening in the next 10. Like, I really wish I could find the comment. I know I have to screenshot it where whoever it was got in my live or got under one of my comments or something, you know, and said this isn't going to happen for 10 to 20 years. And I said, come on. And I was furious at that lady. Because don't do that. He said I did that when I was moving and my 2 lights went bad. One survived. Listen. Girl, I was so mad. Because you about to cost me. You said I was in the live. I remember that. You remember, Joy? Girl, I don't know who it is, and Lord forgive me, but if I could have thumped her lips or her fingertips, every last one of them, I would have. Because what are you talking about? It ain't been no 10 years. And every time I hear, girl, it was You said I was tight to the girl. Like, what is wrong with you? I remember that because you said she was putting people's life in danger. And okay, you said I think you had on a blue tank top that day. Okay, okay, whatever day it was. Do y'all see how that lady put people in jeopardy? Do you see now? When we was telling people to get food and they were coming there saying I was fear mongering. Do you see now why it was important to, even though food was kind of crazy back in 2022 too, because there was a lot of recalls because old boy had just got out of office or whatever it was. Hello. At least the food in 22 was better than it's been in 2025 and 2026. You had a better quality of tomatoes, potatoes, chicken, whatever else. And God told us, while it's okay, think about it. 23 is when it started being mad recalls on everything. You said yes because what's happening right now. Oh, okay. Because the produce ain't no good, he told us. The meat ain't no good. The milk ain't no good. The eggs ain't no good. All the stuff he told us to pay attention to in the beginning of this. I just seen that recall however many eggs and biscuits and all of this stuff. Oh, okay. If you learn how to make bread, good job. If you bought a bread book, great. If you bought powdered eggs, powdered milk, dried vegetables of any kind, or dried vegetables, canned vegetables, whatever it is that you did, you went up on some folks. And that's not saying we better or nothing, but 5 wise and 5 foolish hits so hard right now. All I can say is that I've been out of work for almost 2 months, but we never missed a meal because of all the extra ish I was on. Oh, Sarah, you said, and we super grateful and come on, Sarah. You said in Publix just had another produce list 2 days ago. More stuff, infected stuff. You said I remember that because you said she was putting. Oh, I got that. Listen. But Sarah, even with that, did God tell us a lot of people weren't going to be working? A lot of us. Huh? Ain't that what he told us? What they say AI is doing? In the last 2 years, 1.5, 2 years, what's AI been doing? You said, and for me, once the government assistance stopped, Dad still provided for our daily bread. Come on. You said yes, and all these over here completely empty from the freezer to the meat freezer was down. You said, but they didn't have in no kinds of meat. No way. You said I fed a bird a piece of my bread the other day. He ate it, and I went in the store and bought him a piece of an apple, and he walked right around it. No way. He said, "You trying to kill me? Don't play with me." I saw a horse wouldn't eat carrots, wouldn't whatever vegetables the owner was trying to give him. The horse, honey, and then finally the horse just turned around like this, booty and all. Look here, I said I don't want it. And you know they say if the ants and the animals won't eat it, why are we eating it? You said, yep, the animals and bugs will not eat this poison. Ain't that crazy? They got more sense than us, and we'll call them a dumb animal, and whole time they know poison and we don't. You said my cat wouldn't eat a piece of fish I tried to give him. No way. Yep, he sure did, and looked at it like and kept walking. He said no. You said I'm in Chicago. I went to a chain grocery store and they had 5 full empty freezer sections. Because gas is getting too expensive for truckers to make money, and they said in a minute I'm gonna have to park my truck because it's not worth it anymore. This is owner operators. Owner operators. Did we talk about owner operators? They would talk about truck drivers, period, and diesels not being able to move the produce from state to state. Well, interesting. You said my baby brother hurting right now. Is he an owner operator? You said we need a shirt that say, "Didn't we talk about it?" Girl, let me get on it. Listen, you said he got 2 trucks. Mm, mm. It's just all the random subjects. We done went from Egypt to trucking to this to the employment it ain't one subject that's in our news right now that we ain't talked about over this last 4.5 years. While people was talking about, we was just over here talking about random stuff. You said exactly. I know my fruits and veggies are good because my dogs will eat it. You said when I give them some, after I ate it, they eat it. I don't trust every store. Come on. He said, look how easy it was for our water to become compromised here in Minnesota. I think that was a wake-up call. Are you in Minnesota? You are? I just, you know it's the government. I read it. Not did not come over there and piss in y'all water bucket, but I know who did. I know exactly who pissed in y'all water bucket. I know exactly who did it. Nari didn't do it though. You said, yep, I can eat my produce straight out the garden, worry free. You said, I saw that it came to my phone. So glad Dad redirected your path from trucker to teacher. Right. 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 And I was so mad, like, I already had my plan. He said, yeah, I got one too. I got one too. See, you was trying to move this and that and whatever else in whole time. Just wait a minute. Because everything you put up here on this screen is about to sell out. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a whole bunch of logistics moving around. If you hold up berries is going to be moving. If you hold up light bulbs, guess what? They're going. Books, logistics, about 22 to about 24 and a half. Yeah. We moved some stuff through this country. Hello. And in other countries as well. You gonna be getting some stuff to some people. He said, my plan is greater. The reward is massive. Listen. That part. Okay? Because what you gonna do with a whole bunch of money you can't spend because it ain't nothing to buy? Tell me. Or you don't have access to it because it's not digital. What you gonna do with it? Who remembers me telling you, I'm just grateful God gives me enough to do what I need to do with it. If he does extra, he does extra. Do y'all remember this? I said, I don't need all that. Remember? Hello? You said stuff your pillowcase is all I can think of. You heard me? I said, because you ain't going to be able to do nothing with it. What you going to do with it if it ain't nothing to buy? Or, because I'm not taking a mark, so I won't be able to go into any store. Come on, Tony. Remember, I said, I already know. I mean, y'all might be able to go. I said, I already know. I'm not going to be able to go in no store. I'm not going to be able to buy no gas. I'm not going to be able to get no electricity. I'm not going to be, none of that is going to be available to me. So then I have to try to plan for when that's a thing because I don't plan on taking no global identification. Now you understand why. Because I don't want to deal with it. And I know they going to get me anyway. But I don't got to just immediately sign up for no stupid stuff. Like signing my soul over for electricity, running water, and the ability to go see a movie. Not a good trade-off for me. You said I tried telling my aunt, you know you won't be able to pay your mortgage, right? She got extremely quiet. Said that's how I know that people that say they believe but they really don't. When you have to apply what the Bible said. Girl, I told you, I said, Mama, you seen what they do? Girl, I'm just gonna pray against it. God can do something. He can do it. I said, you do realize he said all this. I understand, but he can still do something. Well, the devil is a lie. You're calling what God said and had prophets. What? He said he'll take care of us in those situations. Show me where, because from what I saw, he said my kids going to be getting killed, running into prisons, and running up into the hills. I didn't see where he said he was going. He said if you endure to the end, you're going to get into heaven. That's what he told me. He said, nope, don't lay me down and die. You said it's not going to be that easy because we got that fireworks. Uh-oh. You said the Nile is not just a river. Uh-oh, in Egypt. Oh, okay. Can I ask you a question? Have y'all asked them if somebody put a grandma to their head and say deny him, would they be able to do it? I think you'll be surprised at some of the answers you get. You're going to hear people say stuff like, I'm praying to God, allow me to just go ahead and give my life in him because I don't know if I can right now. It's the most churchiest people that's saying it. I need God to help me get ready so when they come, I don't deny him. What? You just now starting to work on that? You didn't get it in your mind when y'all get up in church and say, for Christ I live and for Christ I die. I'm going on. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord, huh? When you was giving that big testimony, so you didn't really mean that. Got it. Whew. You said nope. Don't. You said that. Oh, I got that. You said I have dreams about that. You said no because that's the stuff. You said no because from the stuff that's not so severe they can't answer me on that. Oh, imminent domain is happening, and you taught us about that. Taught us that, and you've been seeing the videos. You hear me? Okay. That book changed my faith life. She said yes from a girl who was there at Columbine. Interesting. You said, speaking of that, I seen a video talking about November 2nd and the people coming together to try to pass a law. We talked about October. You said, I had a dream of that when I was younger. A soldier asked if I would unalive for him. You said, I've been telling people it's like joining a GANG, and the only true way out is one of them black bags 10 toes down. Either you in or you out. You can't type it like that next time, Keish, but I got you. You're going to have to use a different thing because that's all things that are coming to make them look at us. But I got you. They in the clicks and stuff. You said, ain't no in between. They just get quiet. I bet they do. All right. So while I was away, I took a book with me. Okay. And again, I'm going to just read to you what it is. Please don't ask me any questions about anything because I just read over it. Okay? There's no profound things that I can remember except for a few things that were very interesting, and y'all know I marked the book. So do not come down hard on me because again, hey, I just got these books. Well, and I say just because it hasn't even been a year. Okay? Now, I did realize that I've read through a good amount of them. The books that Joy sent, thank you, Joy. Okay? I didn't even realize it. Now, all of it I haven't like taught on, but y'all know I highlight everything I read. I said, I didn't even realize I've read this much of it. So don't be mad at me, but it'll come back when it needs to. Right? It's like put it in the database, right? Okay? And then it'll pop up when you need it. Do y'all feel like our studies are like that? Thank you, sister. You said I'm getting mine this Sunday. Come on. Do y'all feel like our studies are like that? Huh? Like when you go back in your journal and you look and you see we didn't consumed a lot of food over here, baby. But there are different times when it come back up like a good tasting belch and it be right on time. You be like, oh, that was good. I know burps is nasty, but if the food is good going down, most times when you burp, you can still taste it if it was good, right? That's almost the same type of feeling, and it kind of make you happy, like, dang, maybe I need to make me some more of that. He said that's exactly what we talked about in the shambles class with the AKT. Girl. Pieces. You need a piece now and a piece later and a piece over here. And then when you going listen, give me the smorgasbord. Give me the what you call it? A buffet. And wait till y'all get what I'm about to put on y'all plate in a minute, okay? Cause baby, you said, laugh out loud, that look over your glasses cracks me up every time. Girl, niece poo. It's people that talk cash mess about how we do things over here. I even believe, because there's a person that comes up on my social media a lot, and I know sometimes when that happens, right? Yep, everything makes sense now, even when it may not be for right now. Sarah, you said I'm ready. Okay, good. They do. They do. And I heard someone saying something about, yeah, women shouldn't be teachers and da da da. How many niggas you done got ready for what's coming, Mr. Sir, that thinks that women shouldn't teach? You so focused. I don't remember Jesus saying, he said anybody that receives the Holy Ghost is supposed to go out and spread the word. Yes or no? Tell people the good news. Did he say an age, a color, a creed, or a sex that you had to be in order to do so? I don't remember that being a part of that. That you had to be in this organization for 10 years before you could teach. I mean, literally there were people that got baptized, they sat with him, and he said, go now, hurry up, and go and teach them what you done learned, and go. Because I need you to talk to as many people as you can. So was he just ministering to men? Is that a thing? It was only men that was sitting in his face, that he touched and he talked to. You know what's so crazy? Interesting. I dated a man that believed that he and his multiple subservient wives haven't stocked up a thing. Interesting. So let me Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question. You said women are the whole reason that little man exists. Okay. Let me ask you a question. How many people have heard a story, okay, about um a male pastor sexually abusing someone? Or using the church as their own dating site? Okay. Do you think Jesus knew that was going to happen? Okay. Could that be one of the reasons that he gave certain women gifts of prophecy and gifts of strategy and all of the things that he did? I said it before, but the man who baptized me ended up a whole Chester, and yes, he does. Okay. All right. And isn't that funny that predators will sit at the head of a church, and who comes to church? Broken people that are looking for acceptance. A perfect, come on, vulnerable, a perfect prey, right? Because you're going to tell the pastor what you've been through so he can help you. And I'm not saying all of them. But if that were... Now, have I heard about women pastors abusing their power for sexual favors? Absolutely. I know a few. I do. Okay? I do know some. But it's a serious thing when you just focus on one part of the Bible and say, oh, this is what they said. Well, they said don't overeat, but it's a lot of out of shape pastors. They don't push their plate back. Have you ever seen an out of breath pastor? That's not in shape? Have you? Come on. In real life, have you? You said yes. One had an affair with my husband. She told me to accept it. It was God's will. Uh-oh. I saw one fall down the stairs. Hello. I'm just saying. They pick and choose what they want to focus on. A lot of times to manipulate the congregation. Yes or no? Okay. All right. Well, let's read something here. So can I just read it to y'all for a minute and then I'll tell y'all where it is? Are y'all okay with that? Because I just want to get through it. And then I'll tell y'all where it is. Can we do one of those things? Act like it was like the old days when y'all didn't have certain books. And I just had to read it, and then we had to talk about it as we read it. Can we do it like that? Just for old time's sake. Because again, I'm not trying to teach nothing. I just want to talk to you about what I read. Okay? This is one of those days. Hey. Give me some grace today. All right? It's a lot going on around here. I'm trying. So I ran into something. Okay? And I thought y'all would find it interesting. So let's look at it. Okay? I said, well, hold on. Okay, this is not it. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. This ain't it. I didn't have my little marker things with me, but I still highlighted it because I took those. Give me a second. I'm not used to this book. Hold on. I said, okay. There we go. I know it was at the end. Here we go. All right. Y'all ready? Hey. Y'all ready? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Y'all ready? Happy birthday, Auntie. Y'all ready? Okay. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. The questions of John, apostle and evangelist, at the secret supper of the kingdom of heaven concerning the ordering of this world, as well as the prince and Adam. I, John, companion in tribulation and in the reign of God, so much so that I am a companion who reclined at dinner on the breast of Jesus Christ, our Lord, and said, Lord, who will hand you over? And the Lord said to me, he who dipped his hand in the bowl with me, and Satan shall enter into him. That is the one who will hand me over. Now, do y'all remember in the infancy of Jesus Christ, Judas, when they was 3 and the devil got in him? Huh? Okay. So at 3, Lucifer got into Judas, and then again roughly when they was around in their early 30s or so, right? Right? So Jesus was used to looking at people and knowing that Lucifer was in their body, because that's not the only time he encountered demons. Right? Right? Okay. Okay. Because people real crazy. And I said, Lord, before Satan had fallen, upon what glory did he attend in the presence of the Father? And he said he attended to the virtues of the heavens and to the throne of the invisible Father, and he was arranger of all things. Did you know that? Did you know? I just thought he was over the choir. I didn't know that he was God's assistant. Did you? I mean, his right hand man. I didn't know. He was the arranger of all things. Just wait. Okay. Come on. Ain't that crazy? He attended to the virtues of heaven. Ain't that crazy? I don't know who this person is that just keep typing a whole bunch of random stuff. I think they might be lost. You said, no wonder why he was so hot. Okay, so look. It says, and as I was seated with my Father, it was he ordering the powers of the heavens and those who followed the Father. What? So Jesus is telling John, okay, when I was sitting with my dad and we was chilling, it was Lucifer that was orchestrating all the stuff around here and doing this and doing that, and he was the assistant. But what does the Bible tell us about Lucifer? Didn't it say that God loved him more than all the angels? And he gave him more than all the angels? He was more beautiful than all the angels? Right? So he had to be close to God in order for God to make him so much more different than everybody else. Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? No? Okay. Listen. It says, and he was descending from the heavens down to hell, and he was ascending to the throne of the invisible Father, God, and he was watching over these, those glories that were above all the heavens. And he took thought, wishing to place his own throne above the clouds and be just as exalted. And when he had come down into the region of the air, he found the angel presiding over the air and said to him, open to me the gates of the air. And the angel opened them for him. And descending, he found the angel who held control of the waters. And he said to him, open for me the gates of the waters. And the angel opened them for him, and descending further, he found all the earth completely covered by the waters. And when he walked beneath them, he found two fish lying on the waters, and they were as though joined together to support the entire earth by the command of the invisible Father. And he descended yet further and found great clouds holding the depths of the sea. And he descended even further and found his hell. This is Gehenna of fire. But afterwards he was not able to descend further on account of the fire of flames that was blazing. Because he was not messed up yet. He hadn't messed up yet. So he wasn't able to go in that area, the area of hell, prior to him falling. Ain't that crazy? Wild. Or am I tripping? So remember in Enoch, you said, hold on, sis, it makes sense why Lucifer wanted to have dominion over everything above that now. Right. We're getting there. Okay? Okay? You said, I'm glad you're doing this one. Okay, so, right. Right. But think about this now. Enoch, remember the first heaven, it was the clouds, and he saw the angels there. Then he got to the second level, and it was angels there. And who guarded over the third, and who guarded over this. And then remember in, I think, the book of the bee. That's what it is. Hold on. Get your book of the bee, please. Get your book of the bee. If you got book of the bee, wherever you got book of the bee, I need you to grab it. Get your book of the bee. Get your book of the bee. Get your book of the bee. Where's mine? Oh, there it is, right in my face. Book of the bee. Okay. Do you have your book of the bee? When you do, raise your hand. When you do, raise your hand, and then go to page 15. You got it? Go to page 15. Here we go. We're going to read through this really quickly. And my eyes is crazy, but you got it. The angels consist of 9 classes and 3 orders: upper, middle, and lower. The upper order is composed of cherubim, seraphim, and thrones. These are called priests or cumre, chief priests or bearers of the throne of God. The middle order is composed of lords, powers, and rulers. They are called priests or kane, if I said that right. It says, because they receive revelations from those above them. The lower order consists of principalities, archangels or archangels, and angels. And these are the ministers who wait upon created things. The cherubim are an intellectual motion, which bears the throne of the Holy Trinity and is the chief of all motions. Motions, right? Okay? They are ever watchful of the classes of themselves and those beneath them, as concerning the epithet full of eyes, which is applied to them. The eyes indicate the mystery and da 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 da. Right. So the seraphim are the fiery motion. I need y'all to take this in. The thrones are a fixed motion. The powers are a mighty motion. The lords, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that. The lords are a motion which is entrusted with government. Here we go. And of motions beneath it, right? And it is that which prevents the demons from injuring created things. The powers are a mighty motion, the minister of the will of the Lord. And then we have the principalities are a defined motion which possess the direction of the upper ether. Here we go. The principalities are a defined motion which possess the direction of the upper ether of rain, of clouds, of lightning, of thunder, of whirlwinds, tempest, winds, and ethereal disturbances. The archangels or archangels are a swift operative motion into whose hands is entrusted, here we go, the government of wild beasts, cattle, winged fowl, reptiles, and everything that hath life, from the gnat to the elephant, except man. The angels are a motion which has spiritual knowledge of everything that is on earth and in heaven, which each and every one of us is an angel of this group, the guardian, called the guardian angels, who directs man from his conception until his general resurrection. Okay, so y'all know it goes through the seraphim, the thrones, the principalities, archangels, angels, and so forth, right? Keep that in mind. Because remember, it was saying there are some angels that have to answer to somebody above them, and there are some angels that have to minister to the people below them, but they all have these levels. Now, let's go back over here to the questions, okay? Ain't this crazy? Because see, that book of the beat go with what we reading right now. Ain't this crazy? The pieces, are they piecing to y'all or no? Yes? Is the light coming on? We getting a broader picture of what we've studied about. In Enoch, it talks about the levels and the angels that were there. 200 angels do this, and when you get to this level, he was scared of the people that was like the guardians at the gates and all of this. Remember, the pieces is piecing, Sarah. Come on. All right, here we go. Okay. Wait a minute. I think I done changed it. Okay. It said, and the angel opened them for him. Okay. And descending further, he found, we read that. All right. So it says, and he descended even further and found his hell. This is Gehenna, a fire. But afterward, he was not able to descend further on account of the fire of flames that was blazing. Then Satan turned back. So God gave him an order to go do some stuff. Okay, him and Jesus. And then he went on, like, it's like the boss coming down from the CEO's office to the general manager, or whoever else, chief operating officer. It's like that's what Lucifer was. He was a chief operating officer. Hello? Operations officer. Right? Y'all agree? Because if he's doing all of this, then he's like the chief operating or operations officer, the COO, right? He saw to the daily operations and making sure everything was the assistant. So we gonna call him the COO, the cool. Okay, all right. Crazy that they hid this from us. Now it just helps you understand. Here we go. So then Satan turned back, filled with malice, and ascended to the angel who was over the air and to the one who was over the waters, saying to them, all things are mine if you will obey me. I will establish my throne above the clouds, and I will be equal to the Most High. And I will lift up the waters over this higher firmament, and I will gather the remaining waters in the place of the sea, and afterward there will not be water on the face of all the earth. I will reign with you forever and ever. Does this sound familiar? Does that? Listen. I will lift up the waters over the higher firmament, and I will gather the remaining waters in the place of the sea, and afterwards there will not be water on the face of the earth, and I will reign with you forever and ever. Ain't Satan about to come back to the earth and rule it in a human body? He is. So exactly what he planned to do when he fell was to take all of the water out of the firmament. Hold on. Where's all our data stored? In the cloud. So have they been playing in our face? Because everything that we think and say goes through the cloud first. You mean where the demons is at? So they know how to target us when they... It's angels that are principalities that are over the clouds, and that's where the principalities in high places would be the clouds. Where's our information, our children, the data, and they're real beings. And there's angels. The storage of pictures on our phones goes to the cloud. You mean where the demons are, the principalities, the monitoring spirits. Girl. And they're using AI, angel intelligence, to monitor us. Are y'all getting it? They've been playing in our face and they're drying the water up. Lucifer's getting ready to come to earth. And the same thing, after he got down here and saw what it was, he said, I'm going to dry the water up. It's happening right before he come to power in a real human body. All of the waters are being dried up. Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe y'all. And you have to pay for storage. Okay. Am I tripping? Or is this like a little way landed, way out? Or because we're not done? Is there a reason they hid this from us, that John had this conversation with Jesus? Do you think? Because then we would know why with the AI centers and why they're taking all the clean water. Can I ask you another question? Simple question. How you gonna baptize people that are gonna try to run to Christ if there's no water? Because people know that people will go down to the river and baptize. So if there are people that are going to be turning to Christ and there's no water, how do you get baptized? Forget drinking. And I'm talking about drinking water. How do you baptize people? And you need the baptism to go. Lucifer wants as many souls as he can get. Baptism is a part of it. Dying to the old self. It's a spiritual death. So you can't have a spiritual death if there's no water to be baptized in. Hey. If Lucifer wanted to dry up the water before humans had ever even been placed, and now the AI centers are taking all of the good water, you can't get baptized if there's no water. That sprinkle ain't what they did. They were immersed or emerged in the water. So if there are people that end up saying, oh my God, this is the Antichrist, I need to hurry and get baptized for the, and get forgiveness for the room. How can you if there's no rivers, lakes, or running water? Or if the water's toxic? If there's dead fish and stuff floating in it? Ain't this crazy? He has a whole plan that he's been planning since the beginning of time. His intention, right before he got kicked out of heaven, was to dry up all the water so that there was no water left on earth. Funny, humans and everything down here need water to live. Animals, plants, trees. But angels, unless God unalives them, they live forever and they don't have to eat. Tati. Simple things that we ain't even think. Okay, y'all want to keep going, or y'all think I'm tripping? Because there's more. Oh, just a little bit. If, as I'm reading this, it reminds you of any of the books that we've studied, please grab them. You said yes. It's blowing my mind because this ninja been planning this event since he was right there with God. Ooh girl. He done had a long time. Okay. All right. Did y'all get y'all book one and have y'all Enoch out and y'all book of the beat? Because those are important for what we doing right now. Okay, here we go. And he said this to the angels and then ascended into the heavens. I'm sorry, to the third heaven. What's on the third heaven? Sarah, I'm going to pinch you under your meat. Right here. On the third. Oh, okay. Paradise. The second and the fifth heaven are jails. Okay? But paradise is right across from the crazy place. Remember, it's they in that chasm together, but on one side or the other. Okay? Remember this. I'm gonna get you under your arm, girl. Now, hold on. So this book is talking about the third heaven, just like Enoch and a few others talking about the levels. So why they just tell us in the Bible that he? Okay, let's keep going before I give it away. All right. Just read, Circa. That's all you got to do. Okay. And he said this to the angels and then ascended into heaven, the heavens, to the third heaven, sowing doubt within the angels of the invisible Father, saying to them one at a time, how much do you owe to your Lord? And the first responded, 100 measures of oil. And Satan said to him, take your bill and sit and write quickly 80. And he went up through the other heavens, speaking thus. And he ascended even to the fifth heaven, seducing the angels of the invisible Father. Our Bible don't say that. It's a third of heaven. But it doesn't tell us that he went through the levels asking them, how much do you owe your Lord? Girl. One by one, he went to all the angels. From level to level to level to level. Interesting. So we went from the regular angels to the archangels to the principalities to the this, to the this, to the this, to the this, to the this. Ain't that crazy? He basically told them to lie. Because they said 100. He said write down 80. Write it down. Huh? Who else did that? Remind me, sister. Huh? Write it down. Cheat. Or change the truth. However you want to look at it. What's funny is the devil always gets out of paying people what he owed them, don't he? He gets it back. Even in this world, right now, Lucifer is still, come on, spinning narrative. You said the story sounds unfamiliar with the same thing. I got to find out. Okay. He said, but God had a remedy, and his name is Jesus. Come on. Isn't this interesting? Y'all don't think that would have been... They just made it like he went and talked to him. They didn't go in detail telling us he went level to level. And he was on an errand for God when he got to going through God's creation and seeing what was going on and said, you know what? I mean, I really am the chief operating officer. I really can run all of this by myself. I don't need him. I mean, I'm doing all the work anyway. You said Ananias and Sapphira. Okay. That's the to and fro. Come on. Oh! He was going to, girl, give me some. They didn't tell us what the to and from was, did they? To and fro. He was going to and fro. They didn't tell us what he was doing. Whole time, he was the chief operations officer or the operating officer. Hello? They said he was very special to God and God made him special. Oh, we didn't know. That's what he was doing, girl. And up and down in the earth. Hello. See? Okay. So y'all toes is wiggling too. Y'all want to finish? Because y'all getting it. Y'all feeling what I was like, wait a minute. What? Granted, they told us, but it's like a glaze over. Like the surface. Now we're... the parable of the shrewd manager in Luke 6:16. I have to look at it, sister. Ain't that crazy? Whole time, God has given us what's beneath the surface. Excuse me. And it is an amazing thing to know. It is. We just thinking the data centers drying up because they're what they call it, global warming. Whole time that was Lucifer's plan from the beginning. But it makes sense because, okay, can y'all grab y'all book 1 real quick? Original book 1. Can you grab it? I'm about to show you something. I told y'all any of these books make it. I'm looking at Luke 16 too. Is mine not in here? I know I have one in here. I'm just gonna have to use the and it might be in my room too. Is this one? No. Okay, book 2. Book 2. Here we go. Book 1. Do me. Oh. Here we go. You ready? I need you to go to page 993 in book 1. In your old OTP, the original OTP, can you go to 993? Huh? Y'all over there? Book 1, 993. At the very last chapter. Good. Come on, Joy. The first hour of the night is the praise of the demons. And at that hour, they do not injure or harm any human being. The second hour is the praise of the doves. We're going to skip all of that and go down here to the fourth hour is the holy, holy, holy praise of the seraphim. And so I used to hear, this is Adam saying this, before I sinned, the sound of their wings in paradise, when the seraphim would beat them to the sound of their triple praise. But after I transgressed against the law, I no longer heard that sound. The fifth hour is the praise of the waters. Here we go now, that are above heaven. That would make sense if the angels of the water in the fifth hour are who is praising in the heavens. Hello. Poseidon's daddy. How he can turn into water and turn back into a solid form. The angels of the waters that are above. Huh? Huh? Y'all read? It don't say angels, but it makes sense, does it not? We just read how Lucifer was going through the levels and he talked to the angel. Well, y'all didn't read it, but I did. Hold on. Then Satan turned back, so he was going back to heaven, filled with malice, and ascended to the angel who was over the air, to the one who was over the waters, saying to them, all things are mine if you will obey me. I will establish my throne above the clouds. All of these places have levels of angels, and I will be equal to the Most High. Okay, so if we go over here, back to this book, the Testament of our Father, now we understand why the fifth hour is the praise of the waters that are above heaven. And so I, together with the angels, used to hear the sound of the mighty waves, a sign which would prompt them to lift a hymn of praise to the Creator. Interesting. The sixth hour is the construction of the clouds. Interesting. And of the great fear which comes in the middle of the night. The seventh hour is the viewing of their powers while the waters are asleep. Does this make sense if this were, yes, the elements, but angels are elements? Not just angels of the water, but remember the angels are, they're made out of the elements, fire and water and electricity, right? Or am I tripping? They're made out of matter. I mean, not matter, but the elements. We talked about that, and we read about how it was fire and this. So it makes sense that the sixth level is praise, and then they praise, and then they praise, and then they praise in the hours, just like their, what we read in the book of the bee, which is the order of their like their rank. So the angels of this worship at this time, the angels of that worship at this time, the angels of this worship at that time. Da, 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 da. Remember what we read in Adam and Eve, or either Adam, one of them said elemental beings. Exactly. Okay? But think about this now. Remember when we read the story of Adam and Eve, hey Pumpkin, you said Colossians speaks on elements, boom, and then they praise by hierarchy. Right. Now get this though. Y'all done made me forget what I was about to say. Dog it. Yes. Bring it back, Dad. He gonna bring it back. I don't know. It was something that had to do with both of those things, and it's to win. We'll get it back. Oh, hey, nephew. Hold on. It says that the stars and wind, fire, earth. Okay. We not talking about it, nephew. It's okay. We just gonna talk about this, but thank you. We just gonna talk about this right here. Thank you. So, what was I gonna say? This explains why the stars, the moon. Think about it. When we read at the I want to say Baruch, it says that on the day of judgment there will be no wind, no rain, no heat, no drought, no, remember, it won't be no sun, no moon, no stars, no darkness, no this, no this, no this. All of the elements, right? Right? Or no? Y'all remember that? Yeah? It says none of those things are going to exist. Could that be because they are, could be some of the angels, because it says the angels are going to be judged with us. Don't forget that. You said, and that was in the 15 days before judgment or something like that. Right. But it's also in Baruch too, I believe. Remember? Or it's one of them. It might be the something of Elijah, the apocalypse or something. Right? But it talked about on the day of judgment, it's not going to be no wind, no rain, no sunshine, no darkness, no this, no that, nothing. They're going to be removed from their jobs one by one. Ain't this crazy? So it's making is the pieces fitting together to y'all? That's why, because the angels are going to be getting judged with us, so none of that will be left. And if they're elements, you said yes, because everything had corrupted itself. Everything will be still the day the earth stood still. Girl, I'm about to run to the restroom. So is y'all toss wiggling like mine? Because it's all starting to make a whole bunch of sense. All of the different random things that we read. There will be no angels to exist on Judgment Day. Exactly, because the stars are angels, the planets are angels. We just think that they gotta look. They are elemental beings. So this is why it won't be no rain. No, we just talked to Lucifer talked to the angels of the what you said got chicken skin. The angels of the water, the angels of the air, the angels of this, the angels of that, the angels, the angels, the angels, the angels. And then it says the angels are going to be judged because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And then it says on the day of judgment that these things are not going to be moving around because they're being judged with us. Girl, I gotta go to the bathroom. Come on in, because we not even done yet. I told y'all. I said, wait a minute. As I was now, I wanted to talk to y'all about this when I was gone, but I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get home because I need the other books to. If you got your book of the bee, your book one, because you're gonna need Enoch, and then you're gonna need, I think it's Baruch, or it might be the Apocalypse of Elijah, or one of those where it was talking. I can't remember where that was at. All right. Thank y'all for going through this with me because I really hadn't had time to get back and finish. The water elements must have been really bad, seeing that they are going to be completely wiped out. Exactly, because it ain't going to be no rain. Second Esdras 7:39. Oh, judgment there will. Oh, thank you, nephew. So it's Esdras. See, I knew it was over there. Look at my nephew. Y'all see it? Y'all nephew found it. Thank you. You said second Esdras 7:39. On judgment day there will be no sun, moon, or stars, no cloud, no thunder, no lightning, no wind, water, or air. Now we know why, because all of those different angels, there was a section of them that followed Lucifer. And it says the angels are going to fall to earth. The elements and all of that going to fall to earth. Listen, I love you, nephew. Thank you. Because I couldn't remember where it was at. I was like, I know it's over there somewhere. I can't remember it's Baruch. It's Edras. They even have a movie called Elementals for Kids. Is this blowing y'all mind or no? You said, boy, oh boy, I love this class. We is smart. Do you hear me? And see, this is why I don't want to be the only one, because I can't remember it all. And this is why I have the most amazing class. Is that when the moon turns to blood? It's after. That's after. This is Judgment Day. It ain't gonna be no moon. So 2nd Ezra 7:39, I think nephew said, is where this is. That all of the elements, and now we know. Listen to y'all. Oh, hold on. We gotta finish this part. Go back to 993. I'm sorry. Y'all probably already read it. I'm skipping down here. Oh, we just gonna read it. Okay. The 6th hour is the construction of the clouds and of the great fear. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Which comes in the middle of the night. The 7th hour is the viewing of their powers while the waters are asleep. And at the hour, the waters can and at that hour the waters can be taken up, and the priest of God mixes them with the consecrated oil and anoints those who are affected, and they rest. The 8th hour is the sprouting up of grass on the earth, and while the dew descends from heaven. The 9th hour is the praise of the cherubim. The 10th hour is the praise of human beings. And at the gate, listen, and the gate of heaven is opened, through which the prayers of all living things enter, and they worship and depart. Okay? And at that hour, whatever a man will ask of God is given to him. With the when the seraphim and the roosters beat their wings. Okay? You said the moon gonna be gone, gonna be black, being standing with we. Come on. Okay? The 11th hour, there is joy on all the earth, when the sun rises from paradise and shines forth upon creation. The 12th hour is the waiting for incense, and the silence is imposed on all the ranks of fire. Who are the ranks of fire? And while the waters are sleeping, so they take shifts. I've read this so many times, and today it has a whole new meaning. How many of you have read this with us or by yourself? And now looking at this, going through what we're reading right now, it looks completely different. We've read this in class several times. Right? This is one of the first books we read. Because it was short, and I was like, you need to look at what happens in the hours of the day. This is one of the first things in this book that I shared after Enoch. And now, today, 2026, it makes even more sense. Because I needed the other ones. Okay. And silence is imposed on all the ranks of fire and wind, until all the priests burn incense to his divinity. And at that time, all the heavenly powers are dismissed. We know what a power is. We know what the ranks of fire is, because we read in one of these books about the ranks of angels and who's fire and who's water and who's... You said, Danny, the puzzle gonna puzzle forever. Listen, nephew. Again, these are things that we've read. But it's a piece in Ezra, it's a piece in Baruch, it's a piece over here, it's a piece over there. Is this why they don't want us reading this? Is this why they took it out? Because then we would get understanding of what we were reading. We know for a fact that the angels are created out of the elements, because they were created before the earth was. And so then there was just elements. He created the sun and the moon, the stars, the lights, the galaxies, and all of that. Those are the elements. That's all the stuff that we see and don't see, but that makes up the little particles and this, that, and the other. Mind blowing. Here we go. It said, and at that time, all the heavenly powers are dismissed. Okay, so we just thinking, when I read this before, I wasn't thinking powers, angels. But they specifically talked about the seraphim. And the waters are sleeping. The angels of the waters? Because we know powers are a form of angel. Right? Right. Okay. The first hour of the day is the petition of the heavenly ones. I just watched Avatar Fire and Ash today. Wow, girl, listen. The second hour is the prayer of the angels. Now look at this now. The first hour of the day is the petition of the heavenly ones. The second hour is the prayer of the angels. Well, we know there's angels, archangels. We just read through that. Now, the powers were dismissed in, what is that? The 12th hour of the night. The powers, they were dismissed. We know that the demons in the first hour, they can't do certain things, right? And then in the fourth hour is the seraphim. This is orders of angels and how they worship and how they praise and what they do, which goes hand in hand with what we're reading of how Lucifer was going through the levels, telling them to open the gates. Okay? And then we just read that at a certain time the gate of heaven is open and all of the prayers flow through the gates. Interesting. All right. The third hour is the praise of the birds. The fourth hour is the praise of the beasts. The fifth hour is the praise which is above heaven. Interesting. The sixth hour is the praise of the cherubim. So they listing all the angels right here who plead against the iniquity of our human nature. The seventh hour is the entry and exit from the presence of God, when the prayers of all living things enter and they worship and depart. The eighth hour is the praise of fire and the waters. The ninth hour is the entreaty of those angels who stand before the throne of majesty, the thrones. The 10th hour is the visitation of the waters, when the Spirit descends and broods upon the waters and upon the fountains. And if the Spirit of the Lord did not descend and brood upon the waters and upon the fountains, human beings would be injured, and everyone, would be injured, and everyone the demons saw, they would injure. Now we know why they wanted to damage the waters. The demons, because they're under Lucifer's directive to eliminate the water. That was his plan from the beginning. By the time he got to hell, he descended through all the levels. He made it up in his mind, if I take all the water, I can rule over this earth, because none of these living things they won't be alive. Girl. So now, me reading this 2015, 2016, it made sense then, but it makes even more sense 10 years later. Oh. And Jesus is boss and said that he is the living water. Come on. And to get to him, you need to go through repentance and baptism. Do you see it all piecing together? As my niece say, is the puzzle puzzling? Or my nephew, I can't remember who said, somebody said it. The puzzles is puzzling. Is they not? You said, but it hit different today. Girl, very much. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I said, wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right. Where's my light at? I done set it down, getting all excited and stuff. Oh, there it goes. Okay. This is why we need all the books. Or at least access to them. Okay? It says, and at that hour the waters are taken up, and the priest of God mixes them with consecrated oils and anoints those who are afflicted, and they are restored and healed. The 11th hour is the exaltation and joy of the righteous. The 12th hour, the hour of the evening, is the entreaty of human beings for the gracious will of God, the Lord of all. Toes wiggling. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so we're going back over here. Don't forget the book of the bee. You need second Esdras, like nephew said. You're gonna need Enoch. You're gonna need that testament of Adam that's in the back of your book. And here we go. All right. And a voice came forth from the throne of the Father, saying, what are you doing, you fallen one, subverting the angels of the Father? You maker of sin, go quickly and do what you have decided to do. What? And it says that God gave dominion to Lucifer and his angels over the air and the earth. Yes or no? Because they can't just take it. He got to give it to them. God said, I saw what you thought you was about to do. You said, listen, he said the same thing to old Juju. Judas, I already know what's up. Gonna get going what you need to get going. And Lucifer was in Judas. We just read that, girl. And that's the same thing Jesus told him when he was in Judas. Oh, both of y'all said the same thing. Y'all picking it up. You said before I knock all this ish down. Come on. They want us to think it was just... Can we keep going? Is this not mind-blowing to y'all? To those of you hearing this, you don't think that this should be in the regular Bible? Michael said, yes! Ain't it just speechless? Like, what? Oh, why y'all didn't put this in here? Now, we know they gave us, Lucifer was pretty. He wanted to be raised above all. But where's the rest of it? Oh, well, now we know that he was the chief operating officer, operations officer. He was basically the personal assistant to Jesus and God. It makes sense as to why he said, I can run this. I don't need them. I can do this with my eyes closed. And seeing as how everybody answered to me anyway, they interact with me more than they interact with God. Come on. You said my mind is so blown. I have none of it left. This is why he was like, I can run this because I've been doing it. I'm the overseer. So if I'm the overseer, I might as well be the top dog. They just make it like Lucifer thought in his heart whole time. It's more to the story. The reason he felt like he could get the worship of everybody under him is because he was the boss. He was the... You said, sounds like the world people today. Come on. Trying to usurp his role. Yes. Right. He said, I already run everything. I might as well get the credit for it. You said, I truly can't stop shaking my head. Listen. It's more to the story, and we didn't found it, y'all. My toes is down here doing like this. I just want y'all to know. I said, this interesting. Okay, here we go. Then the Father ordered his angels, remove the robes and thrones and crowns from all the angels heeding him. Huh? Then the Father ordered his angels remove the robes and thrones and crowns from all the angels heeding him. What did God say we was gonna get when we went? What's the first thing that we get? We gonna wash in a river, and then we gonna get what? Robes. And then we get a crown of glory or a diadem, right? And he said we gonna have many jewels in our what? Girl. And we gonna sit on the right hand. Huh? You said and upon. We gonna get a crown. We gonna get a robe. We gonna get thrones too. Because we gonna be royalty, will we not? That's why Adam, you think he just gonna sit us in wood chairs and we getting crowns and robes like princess? What are we? Royal priesthood. Crown. You said the wealth of the wicked for the righteous. Oh, okay. The crown of wealth. Oh, okay. Are y'all hearing me? So now we know why that's so important. Why Lucifer never wants us to achieve it, because it's something he was stripped of. Him and his homeboys. That's the first thing that God took from them, was their robes and their thrones and crowns. Remember, Adam, it says he got put on Lucifer's throne because he tricked him out of his place. So then when Lucifer got thrown down, once Adam went, remember it said that he got set on Lucifer's throne and he got his crown. Remember we read this. So he was stripped of his robe, his heavenly garments. He was stripped of his throne, and he was stripped from his crown. Now, who read he came to set the captives free? Anybody? You did? You did? You did? You did? You did? Okay. Do y'all remember what they said Lucifer would have moved to the place before he got there, and what everybody would be wearing and what he would have on? Nephew? When he would show up to the black mass, do y'all remember? He had a throne. A throne. And everybody at the place had on what? Robes. You said all I can think of is who coming with me. Huh? Now we know why Satanists wear robes. Now we know why they always have the throne. Because these are the things that he was stripped of. But they said he always come. Everybody's in robes. Okay. Normally he probably got a crown on his head because he's their king. You said can't create anything, just copies. Girl. Tell me this ain't wild. See, in our Bible it say he changed their appearance. Made him dark, made him ugly, right? He took his glory from him. Game of Thrones, right. 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 Told y'all that was biblical. The imitation of life. Isn't this wild though, y'all? What's popular in the prom scene, in the baby shower scene, in the wedding scene right now? Tell me. Throne chairs and what else? Crowns and gowns and stuff too, right? Who do we think started that? I'm over here rocking the baby, trying to be quiet, but man, I wish I could scream, girl. Hmm. Most of the women have a beautiful gown on when they sit. Gown and robe, same thing. The men are dressed to the nines. They put a crown on their heads. Y'all. He said, yes, I saw throne chairs at my daughter's venue to choose from. Oh, okay. Wonder where that came from. Is the light on? Huh. Tizzy. Brightest day. Good job. Yeah. I'm just saying, because we just be thinking stuff would just be coming from anywhere. No, this is his realm. And I'm starting to see bit by bit why God said don't be worried about certain things. You said nothing is for nothing. This is wild. Yep. Light on and looking like a deer in headlights. Come on. Okay, well, let's keep going. Then the Father ordered his angels remove the robes and thrones and crowns from the angels heeding him. And they removed the robes and thrones and crowns from all the angels heeding Satan. And again, I, John, asked the Lord, saying, when Satan fell, what place did he come to inhabit? And responding, he said to me, my Father, this is Jesus talking, y'all. My Father commanded and transformed him on account of his self-glorification. Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X. All of these social media platforms are about promoting what? You said clear. Self. A day in the life. Come get dressed with me. Come do this with me. Come with me while I eat. Come with me while I do this. Come with me, me, and do what thou will. We use social media for self, glorification. Watch me do my makeup. Anybody? And glorifying your life, whether it's real or not. How y'all feeling? Y'all okay? And it's crazy because www in, what is it, Greek or whatever language, is 666. And the only way to have social media is if you have a www in front of, oh. Snapchat too. You said, nah, my leg over here shaking and won't stop. The only way for you to do, self-glorification is if you get on the 666 web. No other way to do it. I'm kind of in shock that we have this info and people be looking at us crazy. Ain't that crazy? The only way, ain't this crazy though? There's no other way to get it out to the world except for on the 666 web. Yes, and when they get big, they say they sell out. You said, which is why they say the World Wide Web directly connected to the devil. Come on. You said raising a. You said raising a wounded finger. I'm still here. Girl, what y'all think? They hid this for a reason because probably none of us have social media, or if we did, we would use it differently. You said this is good. Hey, Pumpkin, Tasia, www equals right equals 666. The World Wide Web connected to the devil, like my nephew said. You said internet, enter the net. And people get trapped online and they doom scroll. Hello. Or into certain addictions or whatever. Because think about it. We just went over what things are pushed on social media: strife, gluttony, sex, lust, overindulgence and clothing and things like that. Everything that's pushed on social media are all, a lot of it is sin. You said this too much. Crazy, right? You said, and people do be tangled in the interwebs too. Come on, girl. Come on. You said, just was talking about this with my son, and he wants me to do a social media, and I said no, it's not worth it to me, because when what gets you attention, you got to keep doing the same thing, and I'm not willing to be chained to the addiction it brings. Come on. You said, and others unalive because of the stuff they are on here. Yep. You said it connects you to so much wickedness. You said, I'm feeling convicted. Woo, listen. When I tell y'all, and just so y'all know, I did read it because it's all highlighted. Don't. Come on. We still going. Y'all ready? Okay. But I skipped over something that I didn't right here. Okay. I mean, I didn't tell, well, we talked about it. So I got AI, angel intelligence, and then I have AI is taking all the clean water. And right here, we kind of read through this very quickly, but it says, I will lift up the waters over the higher firmament, and I will gather the remaining water. Oh, no, we did read that. We did. But it made me think about the water. You said, yes, I told my dad the same thing. He was like, you can make so much money. I'm like, no thanks. Come on. Come on. You said, and that's why you have to give up some to gain something, the deception the devil tells. Yeah, and now you see why they keep us blocked, because we be trying to tell the people what it really is. Here we go. Oh, man. Okay. Self-glorification, and he removed the lights of his glory from him, and his face was then like iron burning red from flame, and every aspect of his face was like a human's. Could that be why he makes humans disfigure their bodies with plastic surgery? Because his face was disfigured to look like, what's the dude that rode on the motorcycle? What's his name? Hell Rider or whatever his name is. He lost his heavenly glory and was made to look like a human, but his face was on fire. What's that man that played on the Ghost Rider? You said, read that again. Okay, here we go. And responding, he said to me, my Father commanded and transformed him on account of his self-glorification, and removed the light of his glory from him. And his face was then like iron, burning red from flame, and every aspect of his face was like a human's. Where's my anime people? Raise your hand. Nicolas Cage. That's the name I was looking for. Thank you. Thank you. All my anime people. Please raise your hand if you're an anime person or manga or any of that has, y'all know that lane over there. Anybody? Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, nephew. You? Okay. All right. Look here. And he had 7 tails, dragging a third part of the angels of God. Hey, Miss Butter. Y'all got a cat of 9 tails, or a 7-tailed something, or a 9-tailed fox, 7-tailed fox. You all right? I'm going to read that last part again. And every aspect of his face was like a human's, and he had 7 tails, dragging a third part of the angels of God.